Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 4, Boys to Men. And we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it because, I got to get ready for church on this good Sunday. We don't got time to waste. Shout out to you if Misha brought you here. That is Miss Misha underscore IMO for In My Opinion, honey. Hey girl, hey to y'all. Hey guy, hey to y'all. Y'all showed out, ain't y'all? I think we should do a live. Let's get to know each other over here on this side. You're gonna love it here, I promise you. All right, thank you. If you've been here before or if you're new here, either way, I'm trying to grow my channel. Help a girl out by hitting that subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video because it's for the free. Okay, do something for somebody on today. Okay. So we start off with JJ's mama moving in. JJ talking about, how am I supposed to tell my mama no? How am I supposed to tell my mama no she can't move in? No. N-O. No. First of all, the minute she would have been like, can I move? No. Don't even finish that statement. First of all, my mama know not to even act. No. So, mama pulls up yelling, beeping the horn, showing up with her 1990s Spice Girl choker on. Whew, she's very pretty, but all of this extraness is giving stage. It's giving phony and fake. It's giving storyline. Okay, it don't even make no sense. Why is she here? She don't tell me. I just wanted to get away. If y'all was gonna do the storyline, y'all need to put some thought into it. Okay. Anywho, I'm like, no, because so Gucci like, I don't like this, but she's not really a good actress, so I can't even take her seriously. I don't even want to live with my own mama. I ain't living with nobody else's. But I'm also not slipping and sliding all over that carpet that was on the floor. I ain't never heard of such things. So Latrice meets up with Cliff at a restaurant in the next scene, and she don't even get to sit down good. She's still sliding in the booth, and she already apologizing. For what? I almost turned my TV off. I don't want to hear this. Girl. So Cliff starts chastising her like a father scolding a child. He doesn't want her to be friends with Josh at the end of the day. That's what I gathered from it. Because he's like, you're not being a good wife. You're not picking sides. That's her friend. Josh, what Ikeisha say last week? You better have plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, honey. Get up out of there. Y'all could be friends, but you ain't gonna be business partners much longer. And you probably never gonna be able to visit the house again. So in his confessional, Cliff said Latrice doesn't communicate well. And, he want to discuss issues. She just think like, oh, well, it's the next day. I went to sleep. I'm moving on. He was like, we need to talk about our issues. I agree with that. But in Tree's defense, he seems very difficult to talk to. He seems beyond difficult to talk to. She probably don't feel comfortable. So Latrice asks him if she's his equal. And, of course, that's a no. And if you knew that y'all was equals, you wouldn't have to ask. But I don't know why you asked him, because you know the answer no. So Marie, So Gucci, and Ikeisha link up. And Sophia is complaining about JJ's mama. Marie talking about how Glen was acting a fool at that leasing office. And Marie said Latrice invited her to an event, the wig launch event. And she because they was like, are you going? And she it's a hell no for me. Absolutely not. It's definite no. Hard pass. So Marie said Latrice is a little girl in a grown woman's body. And Gucci gonna say, Zaddy gotta finish raising her. Oop. Was this real estate thing worth all this shit? The shade is just it's a little too shady. It's a little too thick for just that one, that y'all had a one little falling out and we doing all this. So Gucci said she's still upset about the real estate beef. And girl, you are dragging this down to the ground. You dragging the hell out of it. We tired. I don't want to hear no more. I don't care. I'd rather hear Latrice talking about these babies. She don't want to hear about this. So Cliff and Glen go to have drinks. And I'm immediately over it. Just seeing them together, I'm over it. But Glen is talking about how he basically made Letitia. How, he helped her get to where she at. Who child? Both of these men are jealous of their wives because they're thriving and prospering and they're falling back in the shadows, and they don't like that. Got to be cautious of sleeping with the enemy. Ooh, I thought I put my phone on vibrate. I don't even know where it's at. But yeah. I would get up out of there. You can't be with no. Hold on. What? Hold up. My bad, y'all. You know the group chats that you don't even really want to be in. Anyway, you can't be with no jealous man. It's a man that's jealous of you. How that's gonna work? It ain't. So Glen admits to stalking, and of course that don't even phase Cliff. Cliff didn't even bat an eye. Like he didn't think twice. Cause why would he? Glen said Marie put in Oh. I said Marie putting that tracker on him. What did I write? My bad, y'all. I should have read these notes before I started talking. Marie putting that condo in her name is what I meant to say. Had him believe it. Now, see, I was going to let the believe it slide because it was, it wasn't that bad. But then when he said he slipped up in there incognito, and then was so serious about like just kept talking. And Cliff was just like, yep, no. I hit the flow, okay. So Cliff tells Glen that Tisha is leaving. She don't want to be there. It's given she want to be single. Yeah, she keeps saying that, but she keep going back. So she is giving a little bit of mixed signals. So they talk about Glen's lack of sex life. I thought Letitia was supposedly living with her mama again. But she's talking about the bedroom. It's crickets. You're supposed to be in the bedroom alone because she's supposed to be at her mama's house. If you're going to give the storyline, you got to remember the story. So Cliff tells Glen to put a dress on. And he like, what? And I was like, what? Moving on. Glen doesn't understand why his wife is not over the potential loose baby. The fact that y'all even had to get the DNA test. He can't fathom. And he's in disbelief that she's not over it. So next scene, we see Latrice. Her mama come over. She coming, giving the same advice she gave last season. That probably the same advice she been giving the entire relationship between Latrice and Cliff. Latrice complains about her dictator, aka her husband, and then she in her confessional got the audacity talking about, I gotta tell my mama because sometimes people really be low key jealous. You don't even want that marriage. No, I guarantee nobody else wants it. If you don't want it, I promise you nobody else wants it. So she's talking about how, he wants her to basically be barefoot and pregnant. But she like, I'll bring, just as much as you do to the table. They probably splitting bills and everything. They probably splitting bills 50-50, finances 50-50, but then you want her to act like she's a housewife when she's a businesswoman. It don't work like that. He want a housewife for the 1950s. But then you want her, but when it's time to pay for something, I'm sure she got to reach down to her purse. So they discussed Latrice's daddy issues, and we've been talking about her daddy issues since season 1. Obviously, she has them. That's why she's with this man who's 20 years older than her, and she's calling him daddy. It's cringy and weird. So we see Ikeisha's mother in the next scene, who is technically her aunt. It's her father's biological sister who took her in with open arms and embraced her. Her mother's an intelligent, smart, educated businesswoman she's just a powerful being. And they discuss Fair Street until something's actually going on with it. Like, what else is there to talk about? But I'm glad y'all still trying to incorporate it, but ain't nothing really going on with it. At least that's what it seemed like to me. Ikeisha gets teary-eyed because she tells her history about her being a product of a situationship. Basically, she was a side chick's baby, but her father embraced her with open arms. Her mother adopted her. The rest was history. And, she gave us some of that information last season, and I like when she gives us that background. It humanizes her. So we see, and why Willie all up in there? Why he in the opening credits when he ain't on the show? So we see Glen in the studio dropping some beats, okay? The song sounds awful as expected. Terrible, horrible. And JJ gonna get in there and got the gosh darn nerve to be sitting up there hyping this nonsense up. It's hot garbage. First of all, why is Glen dressed like Gucci Man in 2006? And furthermore, JJ gonna say his ex might like the song. Now see that's so was what Latrice saying true? That you really low key still love Selena? Cause why? What she had to do with anything? What? So Glen opens up about being a product of a broken home. He don't want his son to go through that. If you would just stop cheating and keep your peace on ice. But Letitia ain't leaving, so whatever. In the middle of the conversation, Glen gets a call that his grandma is being rushed to the hospital. So Glen is in tears. He rushed to Letitia Enterprise. What happened to the receptionist from last week? Where did that extra go? So Glen and Letitia, they grew up together. So of course she family. So she calling his family directly because she got their number. And she calls, the family member said the grandma is in hospice. I'm not super close to my grandparents. I only one, and it's my grandfather on my father's side. Other than him, I'm not really like super close to my grandparents, but I definitely felt for Glen. Like, it seemed really painful. He seems to be very close to his grandmother. And of course, Letitia gonna be right by his side. This is just a perfect reason for them to get back together in the open, because they back together behind closed doors. That is where the episode ends. Now, let me know what y'all think about this episode. How y'all feeling about this season? Glad to have you here. If you haven't hit that subscribe already, like, don't click off without. I don't want you to forget to click it, so just go ahead on and click it. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.